Okay, here we are for the next video. Throwing combinations, going around your center point, pivoting and stepping over. Make it real basic to start. Just a 1-2 step over 2 or a 1-2 pivot 2. Okay? So, I'm here, I'm lined up on the pole, just like this. Real basic, I'm gonna throw a 1-2, 1-2. I'm gonna pivot, my back leg swings behind me. I readjust my front foot to open up my hips, and I throw another 2. Just like we went over in the last video, make sure your center line is going down the middle of the pole. You can't see it from there. But if I'm here, if I throw a 1-2, I'm gonna pivot. I'm here, it's splitting my feet. Boom, I throw the 2 right down the middle. I'm gonna swing my back leg first, and then my front foot readjusts to line up the right hand. If I do not readjust my front foot, I'm here. If I don't readjust my front foot, this is what happens. Now I'm pointed that way, towards the front corner of the gym. I don't want to be there. I need to readjust my front foot so that my right hand can line up. So when you pivot, it's going to be 2 steps. I throw a 1-2, I pivot, I fire another 2. Lined up right down the middle. That pole splits right through my feet. Don't make your back foot go too much, because if your back foot goes too much, right, now your front foot has to make a huge step to get you all the way over here. Okay? Start small with it. Smaller is better. You get better control if you step smaller. If you're always stepping big, you really don't have an idea of how far you're going, and it takes too long. If I'm going to pivot, I'm not going to pivot very big so that I can get my feet down quickly so that I can hit them. Next is going to be a 1-2 step over 2. So I'm lined up on the pole, 1-2, I'm going to step over, fire another 2. Again, the pole runs right down my feet. Okay, so if I'm here, I throw 1-2, I step over, the pole runs down my feet, I throw another 2. Again, don't make a huge step with your right leg, all the way over to here. Start small with it. 1-2, step over, 2. Small steps. I want really good control. Don't step too big. 1-2, step over, 2. And then 1-2, pivot, 2. Making sure your feet are always staying lined up. If the object that you have on the floor, you know, maybe the size of a mitt, maybe the size of a glove, it's really easy. It's really easy to think about where your feet need to be. Okay? So if I'm moving around the mitt, my left toe is going to stay lined up with the left edge of the mitt, and my right heel is going to be on the right side of the mitt, so the middle is open. Okay? So if my feet are set up, my left toe is going to be here. Okay? My right foot would be back here. My right heel or my right toe would be back here. My left foot's here. My right foot is here. This is the middle. It's a good way to figure out where your feet need to be. If all you have is a skinny pole like this and you somehow find how to balance it, it's going to keep your feet a little bit too narrow. Keep your left foot on the left edge of the object and your right foot on the right edge of the object, and it will always keep whatever's in the middle right in between your feet. So if I slide this back now, when I'm moving around the pole, my left foot always stays on the left side of that object. Right there. My right foot is always staying on the right side of the object. So that whatever's in the middle is right in between my feet. So I step over, my right foot always steps towards that right side. If I'm stepping to the left, my left foot always steps towards that left side. Okay, so back to the 1-2-2. I'm here, I'm lined up, 1-2, pivot, swing my back leg, readjust my front foot, fire the 2. I should be centered right down the pole. I throw 1-2, step over 2. 1-2, step over 2. I'm split right down the middle. I can throw a nice strong 2 from there. 1-2, pivot 2. 1-2, step over 2. On a small target like this, it's going to be a lot more difficult to keep your feet where they need to be compared to the bag. The bag is big, more so like a person. You can get away with not having the fine-tuned footwork that you would need for the pole. But the pole is going to show you if you move too much or too little. So keep your target somewhat small, but keep your left foot on the left side of the target and your right foot on the right side. So always keep down the middle. 1, 2, pivot, 2. 1, 2, step over, 2. My right foot's on the right side of the target, my left foot is on the left side of the target. 1, 2, pivot, 2. 1, 2, step over, 2. Notice how what I'm doing means my back leg is the leg that moves first. Okay? When it comes to a pivot breaks the rules of whatever direction you go, that is the foot that steps first. The reason it breaks the rules is because I need to get my power leg down first. So if I throw 1, 2, pivot, 2, 1, 2, and I step with my front foot first, and then I pivot, and then I have to readjust again. That gives me 3 steps. It takes too long. My back foot doesn't get down fast enough. When I swing my back leg first, I throw 1, 2. My back leg turns. I can realistically step with the right hand as I throw. So I do it in 2 steps. I do it much faster than I would if I were to move my front foot first. 1, 2, step, readjust, boom, and then throw. So whenever you're pivoting, you swing your back leg first. If you're a lefty, you swing your back leg first. 1, 2, pivot, 2. Again, only 2 steps with my feet. That's it. 1, 2, pivot, 2. If I step over as a lefty, 1, 2, my back leg goes first, step over, fire 2. I can switch my feet, 1, 2, step over, 2. I can pivot off, 1, 2, pivot, 2. 1, 2, step over, 2. I can switch my feet. Now as a lefty, 1, 2, step over, 2. 1, 2, pivot, 2. Okay? Remember, don't let your feet get crisscrossed. Walk out 1, 2, pivot 2, and 1, 2, step over 2, making sure your feet are always in a good position. Left foot stays on the left side, right foot stays on the right side. Have space for that target to go right between your feet. The target is always going to split your feet. Right there, the target is splitting my feet, just like that. Okay? 1, 2, step over 2, 1, 2, pivot 2 around a center point. Practice.